Rocket League is a game where you are required to quickly process information and adapt as brand new situations are being thrown at you every few seconds. This game is incredibly reactionary, and most of the time it feels like you will never see the same situation twice. However, believe it or not, something in Rocket League is incredibly consistent: the kickoff. In a game with so many uncertainties, why would you not master the one thing that doesn't change between and during Rocket League games? My name is Pufl, and today we're going to talk about recognizing your role on kickoff and executing it to perfection in the 3v3 playlist. Just to clarify, this is not a "here is how to get to the ball fast" kickoff video. We are talking about 3v3 kickoffs, so for 67% of them you will not be going for the ball. Today we'll be focusing more on that 67% of the time when it is not your ball to go for. You need to know what to do in every position during kickoff. And as for my credentials, I finally hit Grand Champion last season, but to be honest, none of my ranked games are ever really a good example of a solid 3v3 kickoff, so we will be examining replays of the Season 8 roster of NRG found on ballchasing.com. And a quick note, if you like this video, please consider smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. It helps out a lot and encourages me to continue putting time into my YouTube content. Also, I stream on Twitch every day and am active on other social platforms, all of which will be in the description. Without further ado, let's hop into Pufl's 3v3 kickoff guide. I want to say one thing before we dive into a breakdown of what you should be doing on specific kickoffs. There is an unspoken rule for Rocket League kickoff strategy known as left goes. This simply means that if there is a kickoff where players are on the left and right side of the ball, left should be going. In Diamond Plus, this rule is mostly used and understood, and regardless of your opinion on this unspoken rule, it is something you need to be aware of. Your best bet will always be to call the kickoff so your team has full information, but for the purpose of this video, we will be assuming that left will be going on kickoff. Now for the meat of this kickoff guide: Kickoff Roles and Kickoff Lineups. I want to identify kickoff roles and identify how you know which role you are depending on the kickoff lineup. So first, let's walk through the possible kickoff lineups. There are generally three types of kickoffs in Rocket League. First, one player on each side with one player back in front of the net. Quick note, this is where left goes would apply. Second, one player on one side, it could be either side, with two players back in front of the net. And the third is all three players are in front of the net. And another quick note, this is where left goes would apply again. Okay, now that we know the possible kickoff options, let's talk about the three roles on kickoff. First, we have the striker, or attacker, or simply the guy who will be hitting the ball on the kickoff. Second, we have the cheater, or follower, or simply the guy showing up shortly after the ball is hit to react to the newly created situation. And third, we have the guy who gets boost. So now if we revisit the top view of this kickoff, we see that in this situation, Garrett G is the striker, Justin will be cheating, and Turbo will be getting boost. Alright, now that we have everything figured out conceptually, I will be breaking down NRG's kickoffs from the World Finals in Season 8. Let's start with talking about the kickoff setup we use to define the different kickoff roles. The reason Justin is the cheater in this situation is because he is closer to the ball than Turbo. Here is your general rule of thumb. In this kickoff setup with two teammates in front of the net and the striker on the left or right side, the teammate who should be cheating is the one who is closer to the ball. Here are all four examples of that kickoff setup with the teammate who should be cheating clearly marked. NRG actually never had this last kickoff setup in their series, so I grabbed one from a high MMR game. Now, this probably leaves you with the question, okay, well, what happens if both teammates are even in front of the net, like the situation currently shown on screen? Good question. And this brings up another question. Which back boost does the teammate who is not cheating go for? Let's knock out both of those questions. In the situation currently shown on screen, Turbo should cheat because the teammate getting boost should always get the boost behind the teammate who is going for kickoff. My best understanding of the reason for this is the likelihood that the ball will bounce back towards the corner that the striker is coming from, due to the striker having more momentum towards the opposite wall when attacking the ball in its kickoff position. Let's watch this kickoff play out. We see Garrett intentionally losing the kickoff to Justin, who is at the corner boost behind where he came from to get the kickoff. Justin takes control of the ball and starts the play downfield. Quickly, let's look at who should be cheating and who should be going for boost in the two other kickoff setups, because these general rules of thumb do not apply in those situations. When all three teammates are in front of the net, we see that left goes, and the teammate who cheats is the teammate who is closest to the net. The teammate on the right gets right corner boost because that makes the most sense. In the kickoff with a teammate on each side, we see left goes again, and the cheating teammate is the one in front of the net. The teammate on the right does a half flip and grabs right corner boost. Quick note here, left does not have to go on either of these kickoffs. When you are solo queuing ranked 3s, you can most likely assume the left teammate will go, but if we look at this clip of the same kickoff setup from NRG, we see that even though Justin is on the left side of the field, Turbo goes for the kickoff. I am assuming that this is because NRG would rather have Turbo go for kickoff and make sure that Justin secures a full boost for himself, meaning they value boost on Justin over Turbo, which makes sense. Okay, one last thing to cover. At this point, you should understand based on your given kickoff position which role you have been assigned for the kickoff. Here are some tips for cheating or grabbing boost on kickoff. Cheating is a difficult role. As a hard-stuck Champ 2 player, I assumed I did not have the best perspective on exactly how to execute this role, so I asked a Season 14 1900 MMR player, who also plays Collegiate Rocket League, what he thought the role of the cheater was. I learned that the main objective of cheating on kickoff is to make sure the ball does not end up in a position where the opponents have an easy shot on net, or an easy opportunity to get a play going. In one of the clips I showed earlier, Turbo executes this objective to absolute perfection. We know that this kickoff was lost intentionally to go to Justin, but Turbo recognizes that K-Dot may be able to beat Justin to the ball and bumps him to make sure Justin gets complete control of the ball and the play. So as the cheater, we see that your objective is to buy time for your team to secure boosts and also disrupt any play that may come off of the kickoff. Sometimes that will mean securing one of the mid boosts. Sometimes this will mean looking for a 50-50 on the ball. My tip for the teammate who is grabbing boost on the kickoff may seem like a small one, but it is incredibly important. You want your card to be facing upfield when you secure the corner boost. Look at how Justin secures corner boost in this clip. He comes at the boost from behind, so as he grabs it, his car is facing upfield. Compare that with this clip where my teammate flips into the corner boost and has to completely turn his car around to get back to facing upfield. Sorry, Zach, didn't mean to do you like this. If something goes wrong on the kickoff, the teammate who is getting boost needs to be ready to make a save or attack the ball as quickly as possible. Do not throw your positioning away by inefficiently grabbing boost on kickoff. It's the little things that matter. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into kickoffs that didn't involve me teaching you how to speed flip. I remember when I was beginning to take 3v3 more seriously, I had no idea what the ideal play was for me when I was not going for kickoff. I put a significant amount of time into making this video, so if you enjoyed it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Also, I stream daily on Twitch, and I would love for you guys to come hang out over there. The link's in the description. Until next time, I've been Pufl. Thanks for watching.